You know what's really good for a relationship? When your husband is in a very precarious position, shoving a camera in his face. Oh, that one really helps.
Oh.
Hi, we're Emily, Lee and Hudson. We're from the UK, and after some years living abroad in Thailand and Gozo, where we got married, we wanted to be closer to nature with our own land for self-sufficiency. So we followed our dream and moved to rural Bulgaria in 2019 in a bid to become debt and stress-free and property owners. Follow us on our journey as we renovate our future home, showcase Bulgarian village life and share some useful tips as we learn along the way. We've got big plans on a tiny budget. Welcome to Our Derelict Dream.
So hello, welcome back. It's probably been about a month since we just filmed that last bit there of Lee cutting the tree. It's just been crazy. Lee's working a lot. I mean, we probably get about a half day, 1 day a week, a push together as a family. So house stuff is just non-existent. We've got nothing to show you there, no reports on the house. And but it's great. And I just sort of thought, well, what can we do? What can we film as an update? So I thought, well, why don't we do a keep it real video? Because there's some things about the height of summer in Bulgaria, especially in a rural property, that I think are really worth sharing. Because you know me, I'm all about the positives. We love it here. Best decision I've ever made. But let's get real, there's not all fun and games. And I think it's really good to kind of share these things as we experience each season and each year that we're here. Okay, number one, weeding. I mean, it's constant. I mean, I know you're probably aware of this, but I've never known anything like it, especially these little things. I literally pull these out by the root daily, right? And they come back the next day. Hundreds of them. My tomatoes are doing well, I'm very proud of those. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell, all of these areas that you've seen before in our garden, I have cleared all of this. I mean, when I say like 3 or 4 times, I mean it. Like it's just insane, and it's so such a great job. I love gardening, love weeding, but obviously when you're working and you've got a toddler and your husband's out a lot working, it's very, very hard to keep on top of it. Obviously now in the heat we can really only be outside, I'd say between up to 10 a.m. and then maybe from 4 o'clock onwards. So when you're really thinking about the amount of land you want, you've really got to be realistic about your time and what you can dedicate to it. We've just got under just shy of 1,000 square metres, and we already can't cope with that. I guess it's different if you're out here and maybe you're retired, or maybe you're not working, or maybe you've got lots of family, you know, kids that are old enough to help, and you can all just crack on, and that's brilliant. But you've really got to be realistic about what kind of level of maintenance you need to be doing in your garden. So for us it's a lot. It's definitely a negative at the moment where we are in our situation, but my god, the weeds. And when you've got all that rain that comes in sort of May, June, it just means it just shoots up, and you're having to cut your grass every sort of 3 or 4 days. So I would say definitely weeding. So obviously the heat is intense at the moment. We're looking at about late 30s, early 40s every day. So pool, absolutely necessary to cool off in. But what it brings with that, I'm going to say, is bugs. Now we all know you get bugs in nature. If you're living somewhere rural, you've got to deal with it. Goodness, Lee and I have lived in Thailand and Malta, and we're totally used to it. However, there's something about the bugs here that really, really bug me. Excuse the pun. I'm going to sit on the trampoline as I talk. So, it's mosquitoes are the obvious thing. So I can deal with scorpions and walking into spider webs every 2 minutes and you know, all that kind of stuff. But the mosquitoes are a problem. They come out about mid-June, I'd say, after once you've got all that heavy rain season, and they stay until September. So I think sort of October onwards you're safe. And you can't escape them. I don't know if it's particular to where we live, which is near a river, and we're very close to fields here. We're not backing onto other residential properties. We're very on the outskirts of the village, connected to the fields. But the mozzies and it's not just like they come out at a certain time when it gets cooler. They are there all day long, getting us, biting us. So I don't want to be putting chemicals on our skin. Yeah, we try some natural stuff, but it's really, we've just got to suck it up. So mozzies are a thing, and these little bugs, they're like flies. They're not as big as horse flies that get you, and they're here, and they're kind of an in-between fly with stripes on, and they bite you. As soon as you get out of the pool, you're in the pool. As soon as your skin is out of that water, they're nipping at you. Drive me nuts. I literally have to put a towel over my head and run into the house because it just like drives you crazy. So anyway, yeah, bugs, a nightmare. So you got to suck that one up. I highly recommend getting a trampoline. Obviously it's great for the kids, but this is such a comfortable space to lie down in the garden. And look, it's naturally surrounded by some kind of fly net. So I can just lie here and talk to you without the flies getting at me for 1 minute, and look at the beautiful sky. Look at that. The odd bird. Anyway, I'm just thinking about negative point, the next negative point. So as I sit on my trampoline, which I've now decided I'm going to call my pensive place, maybe? Something like that. So the other thing we've really noticed over the last few years is the amount of guest houses that are coming into Bulgaria. People are buying up the lovely, beautiful rural properties with views of the hills, close to rivers, everything you want from a place out here. But of course that's where the Bulgarians like to holiday, so a lot of the time these villages have got a lot of the Bulgarian holiday rentals. That's great because it brings the value of your place up, okay? However, you've got to deal with people coming and having their holidays here. Generally in Bulgaria that's like we get a lot of people come to our specific village for the weekends. It's not like they're here for 1 or 2 weeks, lots of cars coming through, that kind of noise. It's still very quiet in the day, but boy do these people like to party. And you're talking very loud music. They get these giant speakers and just pump music out. And we had a case a weekend ago. It was until 4:30 in the morning. Now Hudson sleeps through it amazingly. Lee and I don't so well. So it's frustrating because they don't tend to have the music at a volume to kind of enjoy. They like to pump the music away from the house so they can still talk to each other and have a party, but yet the music is going out to everyone else. Never understand why it needs to be that loud. But of course when you're in like a valley like we are, it just kind of reverberates off your house and back again. You can hear it everywhere. So I'm not kind of complaining because it's not all summer, it's the odd weekend. It's not great because it's illegal really. You're not meant to have any noise between, I think, after 10 o'clock at night, especially as there's lots of elderly still living here. If you call the police, they can come and shut it down, no problem, but nobody wants to be the village rat, it appears. So it's kind of just something to bear in mind if you were looking at a rural property and you're in a village where there's lots of guest houses. That's something that may or may not happen. This could be so down to the individual's booking, but it's a little bit of a negative for us at the moment during the summer. And I'm guessing as people start holidaying more, I'm guessing during the pandemic years it wasn't as busy, and now we're noticing these parties are a little bit more regular. So another summer negative, I'm afraid. So many butterflies. Don't know if the camera's getting them all. What colour are they?
Purple.
That's right. Bless you. Look at this lovely rock formation here on the left. Lee comes here and finds fossils. Love doing this walk, but one negative. Hudson, look, let's show everyone. Look at all this rubbish. So people come and just dump their rubbish here. You know, and sometimes there's TVs and like proper house clearance stuff there. It's like rubbish, yeah. Such a shame when you're somewhere so beautiful. There are bins, you know. Anyway, and we know there's 2 little people watching us today that we're going to give a shout out to. So we say hello, Herbie and Darcy. Say hello. Thanks for watching. So if you've made it this far, thanks for watching me ramble on. The vlog type spider's web. There you go. The vlog type videos are likely to be more of myself and Hudson because Lee's busy, which is fantastic with work. And however, he'll stick to probably more of the property stuff. And then if he's home and doing something, I'll shove a camera in his face again just to annoy him for you all, so you can see what he's up to. And as and when he does work on projects, he'll always share it with you as best he can. In the meantime, because we're not posting so regularly, I thought I'd share. I haven't really consciously come back from the camera because I'm very aware that I go very into my face, but that's because I'm trying to see the screen that's small. Okay, so apologies for that. I'm going to keep reminding myself to go back. I'm going to share a list below in the description. I'm going to tag in all of the other channels in Bulgaria of people doing a similar thing. There's some lovely families, some lovely people. We know you all either in person or through messaging, and it's becoming a really nice community. So if our videos aren't enough, which I can completely understand, we're terribly boring at the moment, I'm going to go and check out all these lovely, lovely people doing similar things. And just a shout out to everyone out here, and enjoy your summers. Hudson, where do we live?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, that's right.
Okay.